We've all been there. It's 11 p.m. You tell yourself, just one more episode, and suddenly, the sun is coming up. Some stories are just too addictive to put down. Today, we're looking at 10 masterpiece anime that are so tightly written, so intense, and so short that they're practically designed to be finished in a single sitting. We're skipping the 500-episode epics and focusing on the shows that deliver a full emotional punch in under 6 hours. From a neon-soaked nightmare in Night City to a mystery that will make you question every character you see. These are the 10 best anime you will finish in one night. Let's dive in. Kicking things off is a show that didn't just revive a video game, it redefined what a 10-episode anime could achieve. We're talking about cyberpunk edgerunners. From Studio Trigger, the masters of high-octane animation, this isn't your typical hero's journey. It's a fast, brutal, and neon-soaked descent into Night City through the eyes of David Martinez, a kid with nothing to lose who decides to chrome up and become an outlaw. What makes this a perfect one-night binge is its relentless pacing. Each 24-minute episode feels like a shot of adrenaline, but beneath the flashy fights and the "I really want to stay at your house" soundtrack, there is a deeply human story about dreams and the cost of reaching for them. By the time you hit the finale, you won't just be awake because of the action. You'll be awake because your heart is in pieces. If you start this at 8 p.m., I guarantee you won't be able to look away until the final credits roll. At number 2, we're heading to Quindecima Bar, where the stakes aren't just your tab, but your very soul. Welcome to Death Parade. Imagine waking up in a luxury bar with no memory of how you got there, only to be forced into a high-stakes game of darts or billiards against a total stranger. This 12-episode masterpiece from Madhouse takes the concept of judgment and turns it into a high-tension psychological thriller. What makes this so bingeable is the structure. Each episode introduces new players, and as they're pushed to their breaking points, their true human nature is revealed. You'll find yourself judging the characters right alongside Decim, the bartender. It's dark, it's beautiful, and it's one of those rare shows where every single episode feels like a complete movie. By the time the final game is played, you'll realize 3 hours have passed and you haven't even blinked. It's the ultimate just one more episode experience. If you're looking for a show that defines the phrase, just one more episode, it's Erased. Imagine having the power to travel back in time to prevent a tragedy, only to find yourself trapped in your 10-year-old body, trying to stop a serial killer before they strike again. This 12-episode mystery is a masterclass in tension. What makes this the ultimate one-night binge is the ending of every single episode. The creators of Erased are the kings of the cliffhanger. Every time the credits roll, you're hit with a revelation so massive that going to sleep isn't even an option. You'll be 4 episodes in before you even realize you've stopped checking the time. It's emotional, it's heart-pounding, and it's a story that fits perfectly into a 5-hour window. By the time you reach the final showdown, you'll be so invested in Satoru's journey that you'll forget it's already midnight. At number 4, we have a show that starts like a fairy tale but turns into a nightmare by the end of episode 1. This is The Promised Neverland. Imagine living in a paradise, an orphanage, with a loving mother, plenty of food, and fields to run in. But there's one rule: never go past the gate. When 2 kids finally break that rule, they discover a truth so horrifying it changes everything. What makes Season 1 a legendary binge is the cat and mouse game. It's a high-stakes prison break where the prisoners are children and the warden is the only person they've ever loved. Each of the 12 episodes is a battle of wits that will have you screaming at your screen. You physically cannot stop watching because the tension never resets. It just keeps building until the final, breathtaking escape. Just a warning. Once you start the first episode, your plans for the night are officially canceled. At number 5, we have the most under-the-radar masterpiece of the decade, Odd Taxi. Don't let the animal characters fool you. This isn't a kids' show. It's a 13-episode noir thriller that feels like it was written by Quentin Tarantino. You follow Hiroshi Otokawa, a cynical walrus taxi driver whose mundane life gets tangled in a web of missing persons, Yakuza hits, and idol group drama. What makes this a mandatory one-night binge is how every single conversation matters. A random comment in episode 2 becomes a massive revelation in episode 10. It's like a giant puzzle where you're constantly trying to guess how these bizarre characters are connected. And the ending? It's arguably the most satisfying and mind-blowing payoff in modern anime history. You'll start it for the cool aesthetic, but you'll stay up until 2 a.m. just to see how the pieces finally fit together. Coming in at number 6 is the most intense, visceral, and visually unique show on this list, Devilman Crybaby. This isn't just an anime, it's an experience. Directed by the visionary Masaaki Yuasa, this 10-episode Netflix original reimagines a classic story about a sensitive boy who becomes a demon to fight demons. But don't expect a typical shonen battle show. What makes this a mandatory one-night binge is the sheer speed of the story. It starts fast and never stops accelerating until it hits a finale that is, honestly, one of the most devastating things ever put to screen. It's raw, it's brutal, and its rave-inspired soundtrack will keep you wired even as the clock hits midnight. It's a show that demands to be watched in one sitting, because once the chaos starts, there's no turning back. You'll be left staring at your screen in total silence when the credits roll. At number 7, we have the ultimate don't judge a book by its cover pick, Puella Magi Madoka Magica. On the surface, this looks like a cute, colorful show about magical girls saving the day. But give it 3 episodes, and you'll realize you've walked into one of the darkest psychological thrillers ever made. This 12-episode masterpiece from Gen Urobuchi subverts every single trope of its genre. What makes this a mandatory one-night binge is the sheer level of mystery and existential dread. As Madoka and her friends learn the true price of making a wish, the show spirals into a hauntingly beautiful tragedy that you physically cannot look away from. The visuals are abstract, the stakes are cosmic, and by the end, you'll be left wondering how a show that looks this bright could be so devastatingly dark. It's a 5-hour emotional roller coaster that demands to be finished in one sitting. At number 8, we have a sci-fi masterpiece that looks like a high-budget movie in every single frame, Vivi Fluorite Eyes song. Imagine a future where AI has turned against humanity, and the only hope for survival is a songstress AI from 100 years in the past. This 13-episode epic follows Vivi on a century-long mission to prevent a machine uprising. What makes this a mandatory one-night binge is the sheer level of technical brilliance. Every episode is a visual and auditory feast, with some of the most fluid action sequences you'll ever see. But it's not just about the fights. It's a deeply moving story about what it means to have a soul. The pacing is incredible, the stakes are planetary, and by the time you reach the final, heart-wrenching song, you'll realize the hours have just vanished. It's a 5-hour journey through time that demands to be finished in one sitting. At number 9, we're switching gears for the ultimate emotional binge. Anonaha, the flower we saw that day. Most short anime rely on action or mystery to keep you watching, but Anonaha does it with pure, raw emotion. It follows a group of childhood friends who drifted apart after a tragic accident, only to be brought back together years later by a ghost who can't move on until her final wish is granted. This 11-episode journey is a masterclass in nostalgia and grief. What makes it impossible to stop watching is the chemistry between the characters. You'll find yourself desperately wanting to see them heal, but be warned, this is the crying at 1 a.m. pick. By the time you reach that legendary final scene, you won't care that the sun is about to come up. You'll just be glad you experienced this beautiful story. It's a 4-hour heart punch that is best watched in one emotional sitting. Finally, at number 10, we have the most high-octane, chaotic, and visually stunning finale to our list, Chainsaw Man. Imagine a world where devils are born from human fears, and the only way to survive is to become a hybrid of both. This 12-episode first season from Studio Mappa is a cinematic tour de force that feels like a fever dream from start to finish. What makes this a mandatory one-night binge is the sheer level of creativity. From the mind-bending devil designs to the incredibly fluid action sequences, every episode is a masterclass in modern animation. But it's not just about the gore. It's a story about a boy who just wants to live a normal life in a world that's anything but. The pacing is relentless. The soundtrack is legendary. And by the time you reach the final blood-soaked episode, you'll realize the hours have just vanished. It's a 5-hour journey through chaos that demands to be finished in one sitting. And there you have it, 10 masterpiece anime that are so tightly written, so intense, and so short that they're practically designed to be finished in a single sitting. Which of these are you going to binge first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime recommendations. Until next time, happy watching!